Do, do, do. All right, that's just gonna should be live now. Let's double check. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Riley, what's up, buddy? Jake, hey. Spunk Mike. Spunk Mike. You guys hear me okay? Can you see me okay? I'm hoping today's video is a little less blown out. I was looking back at the video, a little over saturated on the light for that main camera back there. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so we'll let a couple people kind of roll in here a little bit. And Jake, I didn't want to know that, dude. Not one bit. All right, so we're going to need a couple things here. I did, well, I'll wait another minute and I'll start opening and stuff like that. Maybe it is a little blurry. It looked a little, I don't know if I can, it does look a little bit blurry. It's like it's focusing, auto-focusing, not on me. I mean, that's as focused as it gets right there. Yeah, so it seems it's focusing more here and less on me, but I can't change that. It's autofocus. I mean, it's as focused as it's going to get. I need something better for, I need a capture card is what I need, or one of those HDMI doohickeys so I can use my DSLR for OBS. But I can do it via USB, but the video is super slow because going over USB, it's not a very fast connection. So I want to do it via HDMI. It'll be a little bit better, but I don't have one of those because they're expensive. Yeah, these are Logitechs. These are the, what's it called? The C920s. Yeah. They were cheap, so I bought a bunch of them. They work out well for like this right here, and work out well for like printers and stuff like that, but like streaming, it's all I have right now, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, all right. You'll survive. Yep, I know. I like it. 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 Putting the new MakerBox spool. What new MakerBox spool? The one that I put in my video? Because that one is this one, and it is muy bueno. It's very good. I like it. Okay, let's get talking. Okay, so yesterday, a lot of you guys that are in here now joined me yesterday for the full unboxing of this machine. So we unboxed it, we built it, took just under 5 hours to do. I'd say probably about 4.5, about 20 minutes was me talking in the beginning. But it was a great build. It went pretty easily. The only issue I had was I was short a few M3 by 10 mil bolts. I was short, I think, about 2 or 3. But I was later able to substitute a few from the front LCD here. The bottom ones passed through the plastic. So I was able to put 18 mil in there, take out the 2 10s, and that gave me a couple spares. So I did have to dive into the spare box bag in order to, spare parts bag, in order to get some parts out of that. But I will talk to Shane from Prusa about that at a later time. But right now, it's pretty much done. We're almost there. The only thing we haven't installed is the build plate yet. We're running just on this for now. I'll put the build plate on, and I will pick up on step 9, which I think where I left off there. Okay, so pre-flight check. This is an easy difficulty, and I'm going to lower. Let me go back here to live, and then we're going to go to the printer, and we're going to adjust this real quick. Try to get you guys a little bit better view of what's going to be going on here. Turn this a little bit. I think that's good, right? You guys should be able to see that. All right, so I get my mouse here. Pre-flight check. All right, so the PINDA adjustment part 1. All right, so we're going to move the x-axis as a generator. You'll create a small amount of electricity. LCD might flicker. Move the extruder all the way to the left. And then I need to move the extruder down by rotating both threaded rods simultaneously. Which is definitely not easy. Man. Wants the nozzle to touch. Both at the same time to the axis until you reach the heated bed. Try rotating both rods equally. Yeah, we're not doing that yet. Okay, so it's just about touching there, and I want us to move this all the way over. All right, tell it's too high or too low. Move this all the way over to here. And just off the heated bed there. So go back this way. Now a little bit more this side. No. That's pretty good right there. Okay. Jake, it wasn't too terribly hard. This morning we ran out to the hardware store, had to get some stuff for the house. This afternoon we had a birthday party to go to for our coworker's daughter. So that was pretty much most of my day there. We got back here, get all the kids' baths ready for bed. So actually wasn't too bad because I wasn't really home. All right, move the extruder to the center of the x-axis. Right there. Take a zip tie from the package and place it under the PINDA sensor. So we're going to get one of these. And we're going to turn this. It's going to be a little hard to see some of this little stuff, but I mean, if you guys are ever, this gives you a little bit of information on what to do here. So we're going to put that under there. And then I do need my screwdriver set. I didn't think I did anymore. We have to loosen the nut. Here is bolt. And then push the PINDA down. Until it touches. Which is not really working out, even though this is pretty loose now. There we go. Is it supposed to be tight or? The PINDA should be. That might be just a smidgen low, but I think it'll be okay. So now we're just going to retighten this. Okay. And now we're going to go down here. So please watch the new user guide before printing by Mr. Joseph Prusa himself talking about it. Common mistakes during assembly. Quick guide to your first prints. Printable 3D models. Prusa knowledge base. Prusa 3D form. Finish line. Okay. Where does it walk us through the actual calibration? Stop, Prusa. John, what's up, man? All right, we're going to go here to the printed book. Oh, the handbook. I think we need to go to this now. The 3D printing handbook. So we've got the kit here, so I guess you can bear with me here for a minute. All right, so the kit, chapter 6.3.4. All right, well, I guess we're going to go ahead and check out these build plates now because it's not really, this is where the directions kind of drop off, in my opinion. So we're going to go ahead and turn this back. So once I get this thing booted, you guys can see what's going on. And we're going to grab the, oh, what did I do with that SD card now? Well, let's look at the beds. So I have two beds. So steel sheet TXT and just steel sheet. Now I did order this with the powder coated bed. And I did order the PEI sheet one because I wanted to have both. Okay, and here we have one of them, which it is here. So here's one of them. And then here's the other one. So, which one's which? So there's a textured one, so you can see the texture on that. Okay, so that's definitely what these parts are printed on. And then there's this one, which is just smooth. So does anybody know which one is which? Maybe this is the powder coated one with the surface on it? I don't know. Well, we're going to go with this one first, though. So we're going to pull this to the side, and we're going to go ahead and put this on, hopefully without smacking my hand. So this, well, let's actually, I guess we're going to need to boot it up first because they're not really fitting on because of the way I have it adjusted. And again, it's the end of the ones. Smooth as PEI, textured as powder coated. Okay, cool, thank you. I'll need to remember that when I talk about it. All right, so let's power this sucker up and see what happens. Plug this in and power. Hey, it boots up. Har, har, har. I don't know if you guys can see that. We are definitely speaking English. Hi, I am original Prusa i3 printer. Would you like me to guide you through setup process? Yes, I would. First, I will run the self-test to check the most common assembly problems. Okay, self-test start. It's doing a fan test now. Extruder fan is okay. Print fan, it's checking. And that is spinning. That's good. It's alive, it's alive. Do my little dance. Okay, both fans check okay. Checking the hot end. Can you guys read the text on that? Did you doubt me, Thomas, that I would have magic smoke pop on this thing? Hot end's okay. Checking x-axis. It moves. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it moves, guys. Har har har. Are all of you that said yes, you suck. Self-test error. Please check axis length. on X. Shut your faces. Okay. Self-test failed. What is it? I wonder if it's because it's hitting. Okay, please check our handbook and fix the problem, and then reboot. So where is it saying? Oh, read the screen. Oh. All right, sorry, I got to look through this real quick. I'm wondering if the things are not. Everybody in the printer. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and shut this off then. Now, I think it's because it's hitting the wires on it's hitting the extruder wires here a little bit. They're just a little bit, not quite in there all the way. So we're going to try that again now. I tuck those wires in a little bit better. See if that helps a bit. Yes, we're going to do that. Oh, the hot end heated up a little bit, so it's got to cool back down now. I see Nightbot's working tonight. Hooray! It wasn't working last night at all. All right. Didn't screw something up. Case 1. Actually, the printer measures the length of the axis, moving the print end to end twice. The measured value is difference physical length. Your print head might be blocked from moving all the way. Check by hand. So the print head moves smoothly. The printer's off. Yeah, I do know that. All right, so that's the axis deal. Hey Kyle, what's up, man? My tip link is broken, huh? Let's double check this here. No, it works for me. The Streamlabs one? Oh, unable to find this broadcaster. Oh dear. All right, I'll sign into Streamlabs then. All the money is what I want. All the monies. For nozzle and bed cooling. Good gravy. Cool down faster. Just waiting for this to cool down, guys, and then it'll continue. I'm getting there. Thanks, Riley. Super chat, super duper chat. The only with the super chat, YouTube takes the like the taxes out of that. I think they take 30%, or 40% of the tip that comes in through Super Chat. Streamlabs, their take is smaller, and Patreon less than that. All right, so if I want to do where is the donation deal again? I don't know what my donation thing is anymore. I guess the what's it called changed. Come on, cool the freak down, man. Yeah, they take quite a bit. Okay, now we're doing self-test again. So we're on the fan. Trying to figure out how to change it up. All right, so now we're doing the x-axis where we failed last time. Oh, it passed. That was the problem. Oh yeah. Y passed. Booyah. All right, now we're checking y-axis. Oh, now it's calibrating home. Or Z, and then now it's doing home. Chugga, 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 chugga. Checking the bed now. Booyah! We're getting through these. Super happy so far. It's supposed to be somewhere in here for Streamlabs. My account. My donations. Here we go. I can see the super chats in here. The URL, tip page, viewers. I figured it out. All right, I figured it out. Here we go. Okay, so all correct. I will run XYZ calibration now. It will take approximately 12 minutes. Holy cow. Okay. Well, we'll let that calibrate now. Is the seal sheet on the heat bed? No. Please clean the nozzle for calibration. Click when done. The nozzle's clean because there's nothing in it. So we can click that then. Place a sheet of paper under the nozzle during the calibration of the first 4 points. If the nozzle catches the paper, power off the printer. All right, well, we can go ahead and use, I'll rip some of this off here. Okay. Wow. Doesn't catch there. Oh, come on. I missed it. Do you think you'll get the MMU? Yes, I've already ordered the MMU. Paid for it. Sheet of paper underneath. Okay. Calibration failed? Why does it just fail? It says sheet of paper, a sheet of paper under there. I don't know why it keeps failing all of a sudden. Alright, so let's go back to this. Right, we're going to put the steel sheet on once it picks up the Z there. Is the steel sheet on? It's not, but it's about to be. Okay, we're going to say, yes, it is. Oh, please remove the steel sheet. Dang it! Okay, well, let's just get a big sheet of paper. Okay, that's off. Please clean your nozzle for calibration. Click when done. Sheet of paper under the nozzle during the calibration of first 4 points. Alright, so we'll just put this under here like that then, and hit OK. Calibration failed. Alright, I guess the... Okay, that's not... Check the axes and run again. Well, all the axes turned out fine. Maybe the pender probe is too close or too far? It doesn't need the bed plate because it told me to take it off. No, actually it is Prusa paper. So... I mean, I can... The pender probe is definitely triggering. Just gonna try to go in here into the calibration. All right, we're gonna start from the beginning again. All right, we're gonna let that run the calibration again because something is off. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't say in here. So maybe it's a little too close? I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell. Pinda's probably too close. Yeah, it did look a smidgen close to me. Let's try it one more time, and I can always pull it away a little bit because it was a little tight on the zip tie. But I can pull it up a little bit. It's really tight in there, though. I'm going to fix that donation link real quick. Hey, John. Trying to go through the calibration here. I did hit a snag. I think the pin to probe is a little bit too close. Excuse me. So we'll see what ends up happening. There it is. Someone bought me a coffee. Thank you, whoever did that. So far, so good. Oh, if you can hear it, 97. Save. All right, Streamlabs now works. Awesome sauce. All right, now it's just double checking the bed now. I think I'm out of USB ports. I need to get a hub, which I have somewhere in here. Yeah, here we go. Gonna need this hub in a little bit. I know I do have to update the firmware on this because a new firmware just came out not long ago. So I'm just prepping my cable for the eventuality of doing that update. Just leave you on the floor for now. Oh, you already have one? Yeah, if you already had an MK2, I mean, you always could upgrade to the MK3 or make your own, which is what I'll also be doing. All right, just checking sensors, filament sensors okay, all correct. Okay. Not on the bed. Place a sheet under. Okay, yeah, we're gonna back up the pin to probe just a little bit and see if that helps out. It's clearly a little bit too close, I think. I mean, it's not touching here. It looks okay. Let's reboot it. And try this again. There's no bed on there. Nozzle's clean. Check the first 4 points. Calibration failed. Check the axes and run again. What in the hell is going on here? I mean, looking at the height looks good. Going off the picture, maybe it's too high? I mean, it definitely is not catching. It's definitely not catching the zip tie. Yeah, that runs smoothly underneath there now. I'm not too sure what to do here. No, the MMU2 does not. It only fits the MK3. That's what it's built for. You have to upgrade to it. All right, so if anybody's any suggestions, I mean, the probe is right where it should be. Unless maybe it's too far. Like maybe I need to pull this a little closer myself. Now let's try it. I don't know how close I can show you guys. Like it's a little hard to show you because I don't know if I can get like that close. Yeah, pin disconnected. The pin checks out, and it's actually, I see it there. Yeah, I mean it's definitely connected. I mean, again, it checks out. I'm gonna recalibrate Z. Yeah, every time I do calibrate Z, it fails. So I'm not sure what the problem is. The pinda's triggering. I can say that. Yeah, I just did Z calibration and it failed there. So I'm not seeing in the manual. So it says the calibrate the Z is always done with it on, but it's telling me to remove it when I go to do it. So if I go here to calibration, calibrate Z, it's immediately failing. I'll put the sheet on and do it, but the wizard is clearly telling me to take it off. Wait. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. I got to turn this off. All right, let me put this on now. No. Okay, so we're going to go to calibration, calibrate Z. Woo. Okay, so it does look like there's something wrong going on. It goes up and then comes back down. So something is wrong as it's going up. I don't know what though, because I just brought it down myself. So I can't yell really loud. Kids are sleeping, dude. Turn off spin rods to top unit, move gantry. I spun it from the top already. This is killing my hands here. Yeah, update the firmware. I know. I'm just gonna pull it up there and try this part again here. Yeah, so it's going all the way up to the top. Okay, it hit the top. Now it's coming all the way back down. Now we're coming back down. Okay, well, we got through it by putting it up instead of running it from the bottom. But after this finishes, I'll go ahead and update the firmware then, and then we'll do this again. I have the firmware downloaded, and I have the Slicer Edition Prusa installed. Okay, well that worked. But let's go ahead and connect this to my computer. Let's I don't know what trapezoidal nuts are, but you know, hey. We're launching Slicer Prusa Edition right now. Yeah, if you can tell me what's the trapezoidal nut? All right, so we're doing an MK3 0.4mm default. Next, check for updates. Yep, do all that stuff, finish that. So we're gonna go to flash printer firmware. I'm gonna browse out to the desktop where I have the newest one. Open that. Serial part. It's not recognizing it. Oh, it's because I have to connect it. Then hit the button on my thing. There it is. And I want to show the log and flash. All right, firmware is upgrading. Oh, the Z-nut's on the gantry. Okay. Watching the output of this. This is 340 is this latest firmware. Now we're verifying. Do-do-do-do. Writing some more stuff. Reading more stuff. Done. And we can exit out of that. All right, we're going to just minimize that for now. I'm smarter than the printer. Of course I'm smarter than the printer. First steps, calibration, flow. Okay, so now we're just going to go do the full calibration now. So do calibration. We'll just do the wizard again. Calibration, come on. Wizard. Yes. Okay, let it self-test again real quick. Just want to make sure that it's there. Too easy. Too easy. Oh, no, that's the right way. I don't know, what is there to check on the trapezoidal nuts? Like, they're either in or they're not, right? I'm just reading through here just to double check things here. I'm gonna have to go and open up the filament here soon. I know. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the silver PLA that came with the printer for these first tests, because why not? Alright, so here is the silver PLA. Oh, excuse me. Where's my snip? Sure, this will work. I gotta say, guys, man, looking at the wind on the filament, holy cow! Stuff is. Hang on a second. I'm gonna show you this. Look at the wind on this filament. And this does look to be like a sparkly gray. But man, the wind is beautiful. Can't argue with that. This is Prusa mint? I'm excited about that. Just gonna set that up on there for now. Genuine Prusa mint. I guess that's what they're shipping with now. I'll take a free kilogram of Prusa mint. Alright, checking the filament sensors. All correct. Pre-Prusa mint. It might be. Alright, so now we're going to do this. Is the steel sheet on the bed? Yes. Remove the sheet from the bed. So I can see the problem is here. It's going to fail out right now. Okay. So when it's going up to do it, I'm going to show you guys right here. We're going to do the Z from down here. So we're going to go to calibration, calibrate Z. Watch, it's going to stop up here a little bit. There, see it slows down and then it goes right back down. Okay, so I need to check something. The roll does have a QR code on it. Okay, so what do I need to check since it won't go all the way up the Z? Because it doesn't really say much in the guide. Yeah, it is binding. But I am not 100% sure how I'm supposed to fix that here. I mean, the lead screw nuts are in. I mean, I don't understand. Like, should I loosen them? Should I tighten them? Like, they're tight. Should I loosen them? Let's see if it goes up this time. Nope, hits too much resistance. So I guess if I loosen them up the nuts a little bit, that should help out, right? Let's try again. All right, so I loosened those up a little bit and put it back on, and that seemed to work. So we're gonna put this back on real quick. I guess I just had them too tight, is what it seems like. Nope, oh no, that was my fault. Shit. Shoot. Smorgasbord. You hit the cable here. Okay, well, I don't need to connect to the PC anymore, so we can undo that. I know it failed. Let's try one more time here. Okay, now there's no wires in the way. It should be able to go all the way up, what you guys see up there. That's much better. That did it on its own. Yeah, they were over constrained. Yeah, I guess I'm not used to the Durlin nuts. I'm used to steel ones. Let's just see this here now. All right, that's going through it now. So, should I start the wizard over again? Or should I just continue on with the other tests? Mesh bed leveling. I mean, should I just go down the list? Like, what do you guys think? Jeffrey, yeah, for the first time, because it's the 2130, so they're going to hit up there to max out and then they'll come back down. But it should never do that again. Calibrate XYZ. So wizard. All right, we'll go back to the wizard. Calibration. Wizard. Yes. Yes. Okay. So to do all that. We'll just do it all again. That way it's recorded in the firmware that the full test has been completed. Are you guys hearing the whining again tonight? I do have the one fan that was closest to me off now. So I'd like to know if you're still hearing that high-pitched whine every now and then. So Jeffrey, I don't know if you know, this printer has no end stops. The 2130s built into the chips, they detect. Oh wait, it had an axis error. How? Didn't even move. All right, let's turn it off. You fix one thing and then something else is like, no, I don't like you anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it must be because I have that fan off. Oh, we gotta wait for this all to cool down again. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, while that happens, I will take a moment to clean up some of the things around here real quick. Maybe I'll get a QR reader on my phone real quick while we're waiting for this and scan the QR code. Come on. I don't know if I already have one on here or not. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. I don't. Play Store. You can definitely see layers in a lot of them. You do also, there is a bit of ghosting in some of the parts. The black, you can really see the ghosting. And the orange, not so much. QR scanner. It's the highest rated one, so we'll do that one. Yeah, I mean, the parts are pretty good. So they're definitely not the best printed parts, but they are fairly good. I definitely don't think the belts are too loose. They're pretty tight. Okay, open this. Okay, got it. Allow. Oh, it's just a... Alright, so the QR thing is just a message that just says that it's metallic silver, 1 kilogram. It does not take me anywhere. It's not a link like the Prusa mint is. This is not that. I'm just going to double check on this other one here on the PETG. Yeah, it's just their QR code for their scanners when they're packing the filament. It's not anything special. Oh, okay. Take this off. Part support menu, attention, da, da, da. Hello, Jeffrey's daughter. How about that one? Still waiting for this to cool down a little bit. It really angers me. You gotta wait for this to cool so much, man. Come on. I'd cool it faster if I could. There is no QR code on the reel. Oh, there is. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, never mind. Let's try that one then. Thought it would be on the box as well as the reel. Yes, just in 3D. I bought it at full cost. There is no discounts here. It's just the ID. So it's just text of 1F773A3. The same as this, the same what's on there. So I guess that's just the ID of the filament. Again, it's not a actual URL link. Harder. Like my kids try to blow out their candles, their birthdays. It's hilarious to watch. Yeah, it's definitely not the Prusa spool. Like I said, someone just said it could have been just a pre-production of it. But we'll see. Now the belts could be too tight. Yes, that is a very real thing. Could be a little too tight. But it passed the first time, so now that it's failing now, I don't know, it passed several times on that, and now that it's failing, I'm not sure what that's about. Does Prusa ever give student discounts? No, Prusa does not give any discounts on any of his things unless it's a free unit for a review. That is, I've never seen a discount for any Prusa machines other than that. Like he does do, there was a survey. Okay, no. I had a $20 off thing because I did do a survey that he put out, oh God, weeks or months ago, and I applied it to my account. So I did have a $20 coupon for this. So technically, no, I did not buy this at full cost. Hey, Paul. Waiting for this goofy thing to cool down some. Spittle, can of wax, and icing. Yep, there definitely is that. Okay, so the nozzle has to be below 50 degrees for it to actually start this test. If you buy a printer, you get a 5% discount on the next one, depending on what you get. Oh, I did not see that, Mark. Is that on his website? Because I didn't see that. Yeah, it is open source. I am building my own Mark III. All right, let's see if it passes the X again. Or if it fails on X. X is okay. Now we're checking Y. Okay, Y checks out. Now it's doing Z. Calibrating home. We're getting there. Yes, I did update the firmware. We just did that a few minutes ago because we weren't sure if that was causing any problems. So it is running the newest firmware 3.4.0. I think it's the new one. Oh man, come on. I do want this to start working here. I would love to get a print going and not be streaming for like hours and hours again. Hour in and we're still not calibrated. Oh man. Oh yeah, the glue stick. Yeah. Smells funny. The Prusa glue stick. Surprised he hasn't branded his own glue stick yet. More cowbell. Oh, here comes one of the kids down now. Let's see if my wife gets him. Alright, XYZ now. Auto homing. Calibrating Z. Let's see if it makes it up again. Is the zero sheet on the heated bed? No. It bound again on the way up. So I guess I'll loosen up those things again. It's the camera's not straight. But either way, we're binding again on the Z. So we're going to reboot. And try again. Alright, let's see if we can make it up Z. Alright, we're a little bit better now that I loosened those up. I mean, those are loose now. Like, those are loose. It's a steel bed on the heat bed. No, it is not. Okay. So put the sheet under there. You guys can see this one. Searching for the calibration point. We're still not hitting the paper yet. Sorry, this is riveting right now. I've been quiet. It's slowly working its way down. Okay. Now it's doing that one. Okay, so we're getting there. Hey, Mr. Purr, thank you, sir. I am having lots of fun with this. There's only 2 screws that go into the trapezoidal nuts. Yeah, so far we're doing all right. And 3D printing paper. Well, we're up to 53 people. This is awesome. This is probably the biggest stream I've had so far. Hello, everybody. I have not tried to print those. When you are the random nerd, if not. Thank you, Spunk. I do rock. All right, 2 done. Now we're on number 3. I swear I do apologize. This is the most riveting part. But while I was doing this, since there are so many people in here now, way more than we had last night, if you guys are not a subscriber, please become a subscriber. Hit the notification button. That way you get an email notification when I do new content or I do some live streams. Also, make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I do all the posts on there. Whenever I'm going to go live or when I post new videos or just random content, I also do contests. I'll do giveaways for other things. I'll post other people's giveaways that are going on and just news in general. And if you guys want to support me, you can go ahead down. There's Patreon links, Streamlabs, Buy Me a Coffee, Nightbot is putting some links out there as well. Anything that comes in, I greatly appreciate, because this printer here was funded, I would say, like a huge percentage of it was funded by things, everything coming from Patreon, Streamlabs, Buy Me a Coffees. All of that money has been puddled into this for months and months and months. I've been trying to get this, and now I have it. So I thank you guys for doing all of that. And also, yes, like the video. We know we like that. Do you think most people like the MK3? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to like it. I know it was a decent build, but we'll see how it ends up printing. All right, we're on part number 4 here. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure either how it'll be, you know? Yeah, I am very much a robot. It's ridiculous. Stream yesterday was till 2 a.m. It was almost a 5-hour stream for building this. Just shy of it. It's about 4.5 hours to build this. Not too bad though. I was hoping to do it in like less than 3. That definitely didn't happen. Oh, flip the paper? Oh yeah, you're right. I probably should. Thank you. At least everyone sees how much I paid for the printer. $830 for everything. How do I know about no end stops? Because I know 2130 drivers. Probably take that off now because that's just finishing up there. Yeah, it's still not hitting, so we're good. All right, now we're going up. Place a steel sheet on a heated bed. So we're using the PEI one here because that is smooth. That's on there. And check mark. Measuring reference height of calibration point 1 through 9. Should I put the paper back underneath for this? Maybe, just to be safe. Yeah, it's not touching. That's okay. This is my first original Prusa, yes. Because again, it took a long time to save up for this sucker. It really did. Tell you one thing, YouTube is not the most income is pretty low with YouTube, so the extra ways that everyone gives to the channels really do make a lot of these things possible. I would not have this printer if it wasn't for most people. So it's like calibration okay, axes are perpendicular. Congratulations! Is filament loaded? No. Now I will preheat nozzle for PLA. All right, I will prep this spool. It almost feels bad to have to pull this out because it is so beautiful. Set you right there for now. Don't move. Don't dare go anywhere. All right, so right now we are preheating. I don't know what the first print's going to be. I did look on the SD card, and it actually gives you the times for each file, how long it takes. So I think one of them takes about an hour. So load this filament in, and then press the knob to load it. Oh, this knob. Okay, and it's taking the filament in. Let's see if anything comes out the bottom. Loading, loading, loading. Keep it going, loading. It's still pulling it. Yes, there it is, yes. Filament comes out. Filament extreme with the correct color, yes. Now I'll calibrate the distance between the tip of the nozzle and the heated bed surface. I'll start the print line, and you'll gradually load the nozzle by rotating the knob until you reach optimal height. Check the pictures in your handbook for the proper calibration. Okay. I can do that. I'm going to get down low here. Whoop. Now we're cooking at speed here. 5, 4, 3, 2. This is the filament that came with the printer. Going the wrong way. Come on. I'm getting closer. I think I like that one. Maybe a little bit closer here. I mean, it is a very small amount that it moves. Wait till this finishes and see if I like that. We'll see. It does print. There's no magic smoke coming off this. I want to see this block, how close those lines are. It's really hard to tell because there's so much on the extruder here. It's really, really hard to tell what is happening. I'm going to adjust camera here a little bit, guys. 1 second here. Look at that. I like the way that looks. Do you want to repeat the last distance between nozzle and the heat bed? No, I like that. All is done. Happy printing. So I'm just going to pull this off here. I've never had a flex bed before. So I can just pull this and then all right. Yeah, it is pretty quiet. It really is. All right, so let's try a print now. I gotta get the. Give me 1 second. Sorry if this is loud. I'm stuck back here. Hello. Okay. Okay, so if we go ahead into the menu here, we do print from SD. It gives me all of them here. The whistle was pretty short. Yeah, that one's only 30 minutes. So that's the shortest one there is. I think we're going to do this one. Okay, so I will pull you guys the camera here down. Sorry, give me 1 second. As low as I can here. So you guys can see the print. I know we can just chat while this thing prints out. Yeah, so we were calibrated in about an hour it took to make it through all the issues with that. So well, it told me to print the Prusa logo first. So let's do that. Sorry. Let's stop the print. Yes, because the Prusa logo is the shortest one actually. So print from SD card. I think it's just this Prusa one. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do the Prusa logo to make sure that it's all good there. Do I know when all the other printers will show up? Yes, we did learn what trapezoid nuts are and to leave them loose. So my stuff arrived in country on the 19th of September. It takes about 3 weeks to get here to clear customs and everything. So once it clears customs and it gets shipped from the port to the city I'm living in, then I will have it. So I'm looking maybe 2 more weeks. I'd love next week. That would be amazing, but it won't be. It'll definitely be probably about 2 more weeks. What's temperature Prusament? It doesn't say at all. All right, let's see how this does here now. First line looks good right there. You guys see that? Up here, like this. We're gonna go a little bit closer with this. See how this looks. Yeah, there is no. Oh, I'm sorry, it is on here. So working temperature 195 to 210 on the. Again, this is pre-Prusament filament. It's really quiet. I don't know if you guys you can't really hear that. So right now, this filament actually is printing at 215. That's what the printer heats up to for PLA. Yeah, that first One right there is pretty good. It's not quite a very perfect first layer. Yeah, really hard for you guys to see that down in there. I can't really get in much closer. But it's not a bad first layer by any means. What speed am I printing at? I don't know. I'm printing the default G code on the SD card. I didn't tune this at all. This is coming straight off the SD card. Do I know if Prusa will come out in PETG? Yes, it will. He said in his interview with Tom that he is looking into doing PETG, but right now they're printing their own PLA to print the printers in, and they're printing Prusa to go out. But he needs more machines to do the PETG, I think. Wait till the part cooling fan picks it. Is that in stealth mode? I have no idea what any mode it's in. Don't know at all. It's not the best first layer, but it's not bad. Part cooling fan is on. So I don't remember how long this said this was going to take to print. Ooh, now we're cooking. Holy smokes. Okay, it's gone down to 210 for this layer. Man, look how fast that's going. Holy crap. Are you guys being goofy about the sound, or can you really not hear me? Wow, that infill is quick. Holy smokes. Watching. Everybody can hear me. Okay, okay, good. So I definitely can hear the printer. So you guys can hear you definitely can hear it swishing. It's not as quiet as my other machines, let's say that much. Definitely not. Can I run ABS? I can. I have printed ABS. Pretty much my good ABS printer is the Anycubic i3 Mega. Prints ABS very, very well. Because the bed heats up amazingly fast on that, and you don't have to put any glue stick, anything. It works really well with the Anycubic Ultra Base. So, I mean, what do you get with the Prusas? As far as I can tell, having only owned one for now 2 days, and this being literally the very first print off of it, you're paying for quality parts. Even though you are paying for printed parts, they are good quality. You're paying for the support of the Prusa team, the company, which is, as my opinion, second to none so far. You're paying for the support of just the printer itself, like firmware. They update all that stuff. There's a lot going for it. They did identify an issue with the extruder cooling, so they fixed that now. That's good on them for doing that. And the FT5 is still one of my favorite machines, being the second machine I ever purchased. I like it a lot because the size of it, the ease ability to enclose it, The upgradability to it is great. I love the MKS boards that it uses. You can do so much with the printer than you can do with other printers. Very easily to upgrade. So I like that a lot for that one. And that is a kit. You know, you're getting a huge printer for 500 bucks, a huge printer. And I still think it you know, runs circles around the TiVo or the CR10 printers. It's still the FT5 in my opinion. I think PTG would probably print, I mean, close to this speed, I think. I'm surprised you guys can't hear this from this far away. I really am. Yeah, I've never had infill go this fast before. And I'm actually surprised that you don't get any issues with the way the... So as this is printing, it's pulling down frequently on the spool. So I'm surprised that you're not seeing any variations in the print because of that. You know, being at direct drive and yanking like that, the fact there's no reverse Bowden tube kind of makes me wonder if that affects print quality at all. But maybe the Bondtech gears, it doesn't care with the Bondtech gears, because those are, I mean, probably the best extruder gears out there because it's pulling from both sides. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that affects it at all? Yeah, so Mr. Purr, I have all of the parts for the FT5 except for the Y gantry. He's been sold out of those for quite a while. As soon as Matt says those are back in stock, I'm going to buy those. And then when the FT5 gets here, I'm going to do a video on converting it to the 713 Maker set. Oh, got my little one up again. This kid's killing me. Mark IV comes up, they would give you a Mark III upgrade path, which would be nice. Well, that's kind of the nice thing is that every new printer from Prusa has been upgradable. You know? Oh, this print's supposed to take 19 minutes. I just saw it down there on the thing. I might need to go check what's going on with the kids here in a second. Hey, Matt. Yep, it's printing. It's awesome. I'm liking it so far. Austin, yes, I did order the MMU2. It has not shipped. The next batch of them do not ship until November. So I will be, as soon as it ships, I'll have it. Hopefully end of November, early December. It took 2 weeks for this to get to me from Prague, which is not too bad at all in my opinion. 2 weeks. It shipped on the 14th. Actually, it might have shipped after that because it was packed on the 14th. So it might have shipped on the 15th. Either way, from the date it was packed, from the stamp on the bags, to the date that I received it was 14 days. I can't argue with that at all. That was pretty good for me. I mean, it made it to the States in 4 or 5 days, and then the rest of the time was to get down to me. So that's always going to be my bottleneck right there. I will do a live assembly. I'm gonna do it live again. I think I've been enjoying the live stream here, and so I'm gonna do that live when the MMU2 comes in, and then we'll throw it on here and play with it. This is always going to have the MMU2 on it. I'm always going to be printing multicolor with this printer. I'm hoping that because some companies are sending me more filament at once, like they're like, hey, we're gonna, like AR Robotics sent me, you know, 5 different colors of silk PLA at one time. I would love to load in several colors of PLA from a company into this machine and print with it. So I'm going to hope that more and more companies will send me more colors of the same type of filament when I do the reviews. That way I can do traditional single color prints on all the other printers I have but I can do, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 color prints using this printer. I think that will show how well they adhere to each other, and if someone is looking at a particular company to buy several colors in, you'll know how well they work with each other. I think it'll be an advantage to you guys that are looking to buy these things. Print's looking pretty good so far. I was a little bit too far away at first, so I did correct that. I might redo the Z height again just to lower that just a smidgen more. I moved it by like 0.2, I think it was. It's got about 5 minutes in the print left. I think by the time I get the MMU2, most of the kinks should be worked out of it. I'm seeing lots of people printing with it. You know, there are some issues with it from what I've heard. I have not looked that much into it. I didn't really care because I knew it was going to be fixed properly in the very, very near future. If not before I got it, right after I got it. And if it wasn't, it would be fixed right after that. He's not going to ship out a fluke thing. Prusa's pretty good about waiting until things are tuned just the way that he likes them and the way that other people, the testers and things, have tested them. I'm not too worried about it for that. Will Prusa become an ecosystem like Apple? No, I do not. I am surprised that he bought the SLA company and he tweaked the printer and made it looks very similar to like he's using the same aluminum. They're cutting their own aluminum for that chassis now. It's supposed to be the same as the Mark III, so it kind of has that. It's kind of that, you know, flaky. Has like the silver flakes in it. Looks just like a Form 2. Heard that too. No, I truly do believe that he's not going to put anything that's crap, because I mean, it's the original. It's the maker. People have a lot of faith in him to do that, and I think it's well earned. Oh, you have an MMU2 already. Very nice. Wish I could have got one already. Someone said yesterday, "Oh, you know, you're a big channel. You should ask Prusa." I am not. I am not socially active enough to warrant the attention of someone like him, to be honest. I'm just not. This being a nighttime deal for me, you know, the full-time YouTubers, it's different. And the people that live stream all the time, the people that spend every waking minute on Twitter, get his attention. I do not. One day, maybe. But that's not today. My powder-coated PI sheet is right here. Right there. It's cool. I like so the printed parts from the Mark II. I guess we could switch to me if you guys care enough. You can still see the print up there. The Mark II, the Mark III prints are printed on PI sheets because they have the exact same texture it's on here, which I really, really like the look of that texture. Not everyone does. Some people like the glass-like finish that glass or PI gives you, but I'm really liking that on this. But you definitely need to be careful not to squish into this too much. I definitely could see that being a problem. Yeah, he's all open source. He's got open source tattoo on his forearm. It sounds a little creepy that I know that. It's just because I just watched Tom's video, so that's the only reason why I know he has a tattoo. I've never met the guy. He couldn't make it to Earth because he was doing the Prague Maker Faire, and when you start your own Maker Faire, you probably should be there. So I'm hoping next year for Earth he's there, because I'm hoping to be at Earth. How do you do 2 sheets? Order? Yes, I ordered them both at the same time. So I actually ordered the kit itself with the powder-coated one. It said there was a 6 to 8 week wait time. It shipped in a week. So I'm guessing a big batch of these came in. It's just the website still said a 6 to 8 week lead time, which I was perfectly fine with waiting. It shipped literally like a week after I ordered it. So I was like, oh, well, maybe they'll ship it later. But when I opened up the box, I found the powder coated sheet and the PEI sheet. I wanted both because I wanted to try both. I mean, why spend the money later? It's $30. Why spend $30 later when I could get it included with the shipping for this? Because shipping from Prague is not cheap. It was like, what, $70 or $80 shipping? 68.66 was shipping for this. So that PEI sheet was 30. I got a pin to probe, which was 15, and I got a Mark III filament sensor, which was also $15, and the filament was $21.84. I did have the $20 discount, so that's why some of those are a little cheaper. I think the filament's actually $25 on the website, but it took a few dollars off each of the things. Hoping that ERF is later next year, so from ERF. I think MERF is moving, so they're not making the decision about ERF until the Midwest Rep Festival decides when they're going to do theirs, because they're switching to a different venue because the venue they were using is too small apparently. And the other venue is used for storage. The larger building is used for storage throughout the winter, like bleachers and all kinds of stuff for the college campus. So they have to move all that stuff out for them to be able to use that building. So it's going to wait until that stuff moves out. So MERF might actually move as late as April, May timeframe, pushing maybe towards June some even, from what I've heard. Again, it's only just the rumors. So ERF might look to do June, July timeframe. I would love it if it was June, July timeframe, because I very well might be back in the States for that. But again, it's all really hearsay right now until they figure out what's going on. Boom! Let's take a look. That took 19 minutes exactly, including heat up time. That's pretty outstanding. Let's switch to here. And there you guys can see. There it is. Hello to Tampa, Brian. Yeah, Neuro, I am waiting until it's on Amazon as well. As soon as it hits Amazon, I'm ordering it straight away. So let's peel off the little bit here. Take this off. Give it a little boop. All right, now I'll show you guys what get that on there straight. Okay. All right, now let's take a look at this print and see how it was. Definitely wasn't too close on the first layer there. Might be hard for you guys to see this. I don't know if that's focused or not. Might not be focused. I think I turned autofocus off on that camera. But there's Prusa right there. It's filled in very nicely. Excellent top layers. It's a bottom layer. It's a little bit too far, so we're going to calibrate that again. Let's do calibration. First layer calibration. Is PLA loaded? Yes. All right, so I'm going to do the first layer calibration again, just to try and smooth that out just a little bit more. I'm not 100% happy with that. So I've talked about it in several things. I am making my own MK3, and I had purchased from Buildtac their magnetic bed system. They do have a YouTuber discount, which helped out significantly, but it still had to pay money for it. So I will be using the magnetic bed system from Buildtac on my Prusa i3 Mark III clone, which I will be building this winter, maybe around Christmas time, maybe a little after that. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're redoing the first layer thing right now. Oh, we gotta level the bed first. How many times do you think the Prusa will sell on Amazon before they keep it in stock? Oh, sell out? It probably will continue to print out. It'll go out of stock for a while, just because it's Amazon, and I don't think they're going to be ready for that kind of demand. But it also depends on how much stock Prusa gives them, to be honest. Oh, it kept my Z height from the last print, which I like. But it might just be a little bit, I mean, it sticks well. Let's take it down a little bit more. Let's go to neg 9.5. Let's go 7. I know this is riveting, guys. Sorry. I think this is going to be right here. So it's negative 1.025 is what I'm at right now. We'll see how this little block here turns out. That might be what we do right there. I hope you guys can't even see what's really going on, but it's just the test here that I'm doing. I like that better. I think that looks better. So if we go in here to guess we'll do PID calibration now, might as well. Do it to 210, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna let the PID do its thing now. But yeah, I mean, I like it. Oh, that peels off much better. Peeled off as a whole. I took that off. That came off as a whole. It didn't come off as a whole part last time. So we can just have to lower it down a millimeter to get the desired height that I like. And that'll be different on everyone's printer and everyone's preference on how close or how far they like that to be. So I'll just show you guys doing the PID calibration there. 1 of 5. This the PID calibration, for people that don't know, that will help with how much power the printer needs to use to keep your hot end at temperature, and it also optimizes it so that you have less overshoot for when you're heating up. It might only go like 1 or 2 degrees over instead of going like 7 and 8 degrees over. So it does greatly help with that. Good way to kill Saturday night. I appreciate that, Per. I really do. So if we're looking in here, we've done that bed calibration. Tells you how to remove objects from it. Perfect Prusa logo first layer. Printing, removing objects. Printer control, LCD screen, controlling it. Tells you how to do that. It tells you printer statistics, so how much filament has been used and the total print time. I like that. So that'll really show you guys how much I freaking print, because I print all the time and I can see myself printing with this more often than not. It tells you the failure stats. Normal versus stealth mode. Alright, so this is something you can comment. The printer offers 2 modes. Normal mode, which is required for the detection of lost steps, shifted layers, while still being quieter than silent mode. and MK2S. The second is called Stealth Mode, which utilizes the dynamic stealth chop technology, making the printer almost inaudible, with a print cooling fan being the noisiest part of the printer. However, the Stealth Mode does not provide lost step detection. Furthermore, printing in Stealth Mode is 20% slower. Very interesting. So, SD card sorting. Oh, you can actually tell it how to sort the SD card. Ooh, that's pretty nifty. I've never seen that before. Alright. You can only have 100 files on the SD card, because it will only show 100 at a time. Also really good to know. Tells you the LCD layout. Let's see, printing speed versus print quality. Tells you a little bit about that. Prawn interface, putting the USB in there. Crash detection it does. Power panic, printer add-ons, different nozzles. So I'm just trying to read through some of this. Raspberry Pi Zero. I haven't seen people talk about that. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. If anybody has a way to do that, a good calibration to do that. Do the linear correction. I didn't see that in here, how to do that. Is that in the setup? Do the temperature calibration. Remove the steel sheet. Oh, here's the linear advanced page. All right, so it's in the settings. Well, as soon as this finishes, I'll look into that. I'm reading it here. New technology predicts the pressure build in the extruder. Now, Neuro, are you using Prusa Slicer Prusa Edition for this, or are you using Simplify 3D? So yours is 1.06. Well, it's saying here that it's 30 by default for PLA. I've never messed with linear advanced before in any printer. You need to download a model from their GitHub. No. Oh, so you're saying linear correction. I'm not Trying to get models, blah, blah, blah. Color print. I'm talking to you. Okay. Switch over to different filaments, dialing in new materials, regular maintenance. I'm doing the temperature calibration just because why not? You do it. What's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I'm not tracking you on the linear correction. Because I'll look after this to see if it's in the settings there, but yeah, I'll allow it, but I gotta pull up the Let me find the my live thing here. Stop moving, stop moving. All right, Nero, go ahead and link it. I made you a mod for a minute. I figure might as well do all the calibrations it can. But we know it prints. Hot dog, I like it. After we finish this up, I do want to try one more test print, which I probably will not finish on the stream, but I'll at least get it started on the stream. Clickety click. Thank you. All right, I'll need to, I'll download this and work on this one later because that seems a little involved. Put all that stuff. But yeah, I would definitely keep that in the mind to check out. We're on 2 of 6 here. It's taking its good old time. I do like the books that the stuff came with. I guess since I did finish the printer, I can enjoy some Harbios. Oh, left over from yesterday. All right, yeah, I'll check that out later. Now, again, Neuro, are you only using Prusa, the Slicer Edition Prusa, whatever, saying it backwards, or using another slicer? For this printer in particular. Oh, Jake, it's about time. You've been too quiet. To 80 on the bed now. Whoo-wee. We're just doing the temperature calibration here now on the Prusa i3 Mark III. I've done all the other calibrations, seems so, that are in the menu at least. Those are all done now. We've had one successful print so far. Not too shabby. Only use slicer. Okay. I've heard, I think John actually, DiCaprio, was telling me that it's much better than the settings that people have in there for Simplify 3D, which is very interesting. Yeah, this heats up very fast. Yeah, I've not played with Linear Advance or this other calibration that Nuru was talking about. Never really had to, I guess, so it hasn't really bothered me. But yeah, I mean, by all means, I'll definitely use that slicer for a little bit and see how. Kind of want to compare them, you know, throw like my sample print in and see how it works. Now, are any of you guys using Prusa Control? Because that's another app that downloaded with the Slicer Prusa edition, which I do have on here. But for some reason, Streamlabs is not cooperating with my laptop right now. So I can't pull up like the desktop to show you guys, or any windows at all. I don't know why it's not working for me. Who's Nightbot? Prusa controls for noobs. Okay, well, like I said, it downloads both of them, so I figured I would ask which one people are using. Am I going to print some flexible filaments? I always print flexible filaments. I'm actually working through, Ziltech sent me some flexible TPU to play with. But it is a little bit, there's moisture in it, I think, because it's not really printing all that well. I've printed it on 2 different printers now, and it's definitely not getting the finish. I'll show you guys these right here. So it's definitely not getting the finish that I like out of a TPU. So I'm thinking that there's a little too much moisture in it or something, which is causing some issues. But I will dry it out and see if that actually does fix the problem. I have no way to store it though, that's the only problem, and it is becoming rainy season here. So that's another issue that I'm gotta fight against soon, is rainy season. Works with the time remaining on display. Oh, okay. So there's been too much work put into the Prusa research team to make Slicer P work perfectly with their printers. One of the best. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. So overall, do I think it's worth the money? It's really hard. I mean, you do get quite a bit for the printer for the price you pay. Granted, there's the argument of it is not injection molded, which Chinese printers are injection molded. Well, guess what? You're not paying Chinese labor for this printer at all. You know, you're paying wages in Prague, which I can tell you European wages are much, much higher than they are in China. China labor is stupid cheap. Having lived there for 3 years, I know firsthand how cheap the help is in China. So that being said, you're paying a little more of a premium because of the labor that's going into this. You get a lot out of it. You get the pin to probe, which works very well from what I've seen so far and what I've heard. You get the filament detection. You're getting a pretty good board. I mean, the board alone is $100. What Chinese printer have you received, or have I even received, that has a $100 printer? The most expensive board that I've received that you can buy on the market is like 40 bucks for any of them, whether it's Creality, whether it's G-Tech, when it's Anycubic, whether it's TiVo. 30 bucks is pretty much the max for the board. So you got to figure they're paying maybe what, $5, $4 per board, if that, and you're paying 30. Even the mono price, it's just stupid cheap. So you're paying for premium board, premium drivers, the TMC 2130s. The build guide is very good. The PEI sheets, the beds, you know, the steel beds. Again, this is a $30 sheet, which is rightly so, because I would bet money that no one can get the spring steel sheet with the PEI for under $30. That's actually, in my opinion, a pretty good price for this, because from, well, granted, it's into the bed. You also can't buy the bed, so that's another thing you kind of get. It's in the bed. This heats up really well. It's up to 100 degrees now on the bed there. Now it's going to 110. Holy smokes, it's really heating up. So it's too early to tell, honestly, if this is worth it or not. It's been an enjoyable build, I can say that. It's a very, very smart printer. It is smarter than any printer I have. So the fact that it does all these checks and it walks you through a lot of things, like this is honestly probably like the ultimate like beginner printer. If you don't know what you're doing, you know, you're going to buy an Ender 3 or a G-Tech A10 or an Ender 2. I mean, those are cheap printers under 200 bucks. So yes, you could get 3 of them for the price of one of these, almost 4. I could have got 4 of those for the price of this printer here. I could have bought 4 of those printers. It's too early to tell regardless, but I will be putting this printer through the paces, and I will definitely get a review out on this and do lots of videos with this, because this printer is fun so far. And MMU2 is just going to add another layer onto it. Is this better than my day job? Yes. Who wouldn't want to print for their day job? Come on now. Now, the money-wise, this is pennies in comparison to what I make my real job. Because being a YouTuber, especially a part-time YouTuber, is not a very, what's the word, loquacious? It's fulfilling to do this, but it is definitely not beneficial by any means, shape, or form to be a YouTuber.